Today on TriCrow Studios, we're going to check out the Boss PQ-4 Parametric Equalizer. The Boss PQ-4 Parametric Equalizer is a 4-band EQ that features low, middle, high, and presence bands with independent middle and high level knobs, variable range of bands of plus to negative 18 decibels for boosting or cutting, resulting in more dynamic sound creation. If you want to make your sound unique to you, this is the pedal for you, allowing you to take the sound you already love and make it better or change it to characterize to your specifications. Now moving on to the knobs of this pedal, the level control knob adjusts the volume of the effect sound from negative to plus 18 decibels. The middle level control knob adjusts the volume negative to plus 18 decibels of the middle range. The high level control knob adjusts the volume from negative to 18 decibels of the high range. The low and presence control knob adjusts the volume from negative to plus 18 decibels of the low range and extreme high range. The low level control knob controls the volume below 100 Hz. The middle frequency control controls 100 Hz to 1.6 kHz. The high frequency control knob controls 500 Hz to 8 kHz, and the presence control knob controls above 8 kHz of volume. So a note, when these knobs are at the 12 o'clock position, nothing is being affected in your sound. So that's where you're going to want to start off when you start to plug this pedal in. Have everything at the 12 o'clock position and then adjust accordingly, either cutting your frequency or boosting the frequency. So we're going to plug this in now, and we're just going to fool around with this pedal a little bit and show you what this pedal actually does and what it sounds like. So here we go. Alright, so right now we have the guitar plugged into the pedal, plugged into the JSX. Here's the sound without the pedal on. And with the pedal on. So you don't hear any difference right now because everything's set to 12 o'clock, which we've spoke about previously. So I'm going to start taking the level knob right now, and I'm going to bring that all the way down, and I'm just going to start to bring it back so that you guys can hear the drasticness of what this pedal can do. So here we go. All the way down, negative 18 decibels. Back to normal. And all the way up to plus 18 decibels. Now we're going to move our presence knob around, show you guys how drastic that knob is. So now we're down to the negative 18 decibel range. So here we go. Back to normal. the way up to plus 18 decibels. So now everything's back to normal again. I'm going to take our middle frequency and bring that all the way down to negative 18 decibels, and we'll hear what that sounds like. Here we go. All the way up. Now that's back to normal. We're going to move our high knob now and show you guys how drastic that is. Here we go, down to negative 18 decibels again. Back to normal. And all the way maxed out with the high. So now I'm going to show you with the middle level knob, then the high level knob, how much is really being taken out of the mix when you're using these knobs. This is going to be able to bring your mids or your highs a little bit more to the front than where they're sitting, so that way you can really emphasize what frequencies you want to emphasize. So we're going to start off with the middle frequency now. We're going to turn it all the way down for the level, and then we're going to bring it up to show you guys the difference. So now we're going to control the 100 hertz to 1.6 kilohertz range. So here we go, all the way down to the 100 hertz range. Normal. the 1.6 kilohertz range. So you can see at the top there, it was really bringing in some of that crunchiness to the sound. So now we're going to move on to the high level knob, and we're going to adjust the 500 hertz to 8 kilohertz level range. So here we go. Normal. And all the way up to the 8 kilohertz range. So now I'm going to record a clean and dirty signal and use this pedal clicking on and off so you can hear what this pedal is actually doing to my sound. Now you can have this pedal do a very minimal change to your frequencies, or you can do something very drastic. It's totally up to you. I'm just gonna do what works for me, and then you guys are gonna hear an A and B of both on and off. So here we go. So this concludes my review of the Boss PQ-4 Parametric Equalizer. A lot of people get very hung up on the amount of knobs on this. It's really not hard to figure out once you start playing around with this. I find with a lot of the Boss pedals out there, like the MT2, this one, and some of the others that have a lot of knobs to it, people get really freaked out, especially if there's more than 2 jacks on the pedal. They get really, really like anxious with it, and they don't want to deal with it. They don't want to experiment. I highly, highly suggest, if you can find this pedal, to plug it in. It's an excellent tool. It can do a lot of the things that the GE7 equalizer isn't really able to do. You can get really down and dirty with those frequencies and boost them or cut them. And that's what I like about this, is you can get right to the point instead of fiddling around with little tiny graphic EQs. You get right to the frequency and you can boost it or cut it. And that is where this pedal here shines. If you ever find one of these pedals, please plug in. I guarantee you'll not regret it. I hope I've been able to answer some of the questions some of the viewers have had on this particular pedal and help you distinguish if this is the pedal that's right for you or not. Until next time, I'm Kevin of TriCrow Studios. Take care.